Well, hello, out here at a Backbone State Park. Just doing a little late season riding. Nice spot out here, great day. So took the night off work. Just kind of enjoy the riding season while we got a little bit left out here yet, and some of these fall colors. And just thought also I got a great spot to just talk a little bit about some of the comfort and safety things. Well, I think mainly I'll focus on comfort right now that I've done to my bike. I think that the first thing you should do really before you spend money on much else is that just make sure that your bike fits you well and that you're comfortable riding the bike. Because if your bike's not comfortable for you to be on, not comfortable for you to ride, nothing else is going to make a whole lot of difference. And you're just going to be kind of miserable on your bike. So that's one of the few of the first things I dumped money in were just some comfort and convenience things. So nice spot out here to maybe kind of go through a few of those things. So I did go ahead and go with the heel toe shifter. A few years ago, they stopped putting the touring bikes out. They used to put it with the heel toe shifter right from the dealership, but I think on a lot of bikes they're not doing that anymore. I think a lot of folks don't really care for them. I like them just not having to try to get my toe under the front shifter. It does cramp my foot up a little bit on that floorboard there, so that would be the disadvantage to it. But I kind of like not having to try to get my toe under there when I'm shifting that way, and just being able to kind of put my heel down and shift down kind of works a little bit better for me. I like that setup a little bit better. So yeah, pretty much next thing I got right away was this storage luggage rack for the back there. It's detachable, so if I do want to, I can easily take that off, kind of clean it up a little bit, just cruising down Main Street, or then pop it right back on if I'm on a long trip going to work. I can just throw my lunchbox right back up on there. A long trip, I have another bag I can tie up there with bungee cords or clip it down, put a net on there, and I can get a lot of extra stuff in there. Definitely really handy to have. Easy to put stuff on the back there if I need a little bit of extra storage. And then next, I've tried quite a few handlebar mounting systems, and the latest one I've tried is this quad lock, and I am really liking it. Of course, as you can see, it does not take up a whole lot of space on the bike at all, so it kind of helps keep that clean look. I had a RAM mount last, which it worked great, kept the phone nice and secure, but it just took up so much space and just didn't look nearly as clean on the handlebars. And so I really like this quad lock. It's easily adjustable, really easy to put your phone on and take it off, and very secure. And as you can see, it helps the bike maintain a pretty clean look yet on your handlebars there. I did forget to mention earlier, I should probably throw in where the different parts I've got are from. Of course, the phone mount, as I said, is quad lock. I mentioned that. The heel toe shifter are just Harley stock stuff. If you want a heel shifter, some dealerships might even just throw one on for you, else it's a separate thing you have to buy. And the luggage rack is from Hogworks. Again, it's just a quick detach. My bike came with the hardware already when I bought it, to just throw that on there. But if it does not have that, you might have to buy that docking hardware separately. So then with that, we'll kind of go into a couple things that can be pretty tough to get right. And that would be handlebars and your seat. So starting with handlebars, the thing about it is it's really hard to find some to test out, because, of course, once you install them, you can't really send them back. So probably the best thing to do was just try to find a bike with a setup similar to yours, and just If it's at a dealership, see if you can sit on it or even test ride it. Get the feel for how it's going to fit you. Yeah, just try several that have something similar to the height and width that you want. See how it feels. Because yeah, it can be a tough one because once you install them, you're kind of stuck with them. Kind of not really possible to send them back a lot of times at that point. So, but yeah, I guess that'd be my advice. Find a similar bike at a dealership or, if you see one at a bike night that you like, see if the owner will just let you feel it out. If you're at a dealership, see if they'll just let you sit on it or even test ride it. So yeah, these particular handlebars are Dominator. They are 10-inch. They're not the meat hooks. They're just the miter cut style. And yeah, they kind of give it an aggressive kind of modern look. I'm really liking how they turned out, and they put my hands just a little bit below my shoulders, which for most folks is ideal. Some folks might, like their arms a little bit higher, a little bit lower. But yeah, normally ideal is just a little bit below your shoulders. So this works for me. Pretty comfortable setup. And they're a Dominator, a 10-inch miter cut. So I like how they came out, like the look, pretty comfortable. I can stay on this bike a while without any trouble. I will say the product is great, but Dominator as a company, they're over in Southern California, that they can be hit and miss as far as their service. Sometimes it can be hard to get them to give you a response. That they are helpful when they do respond, but they're definitely hit and miss and a little bit sketchy on their responses. Very, very slow shipping time, especially during riding season. So like I said, the product is really good. My advice would definitely be they have pre-wired ones. So I would definitely spend the extra money, unlike I did. Go ahead and get yourself the pre-wired ones, and then you just plug them right in, and you're done with it. Saves you a lot of trouble, a lot of time, a lot of probable swear words that you'll use trying to put those on. Yeah, the product is really good. Yeah, Dominator, the company, like I said, little bit hit and miss. Maybe if you order during the off season, you'll get a little bit better response and not be waiting as long for them. But yeah, really good handlebars. Once you get them all wired, really easy to plug in and get them working. So the last main comfort item here is my Lepera, and this is called the Tail Whip Step-Up Seat. It's a model that pushes you a couple inches up closer to the handlebars, so good for way shorter riders like me. They also do have one that will bring you back a couple inches if you're a little bit taller. They have something to pretty much fit everybody. So as far as I can easily stay on this seat for a couple hours, no problem. As far as like long distance multi-day trips, it's probably not absolutely the best. Like I said, it's fine for a couple hours. I have no problem staying on it for that. But down the road, I might get like a Saddleman Road sofa, something that's just really, really set up for eating miles, being able to stay on it all day. And then if I'm on a longer trip, I can just switch on and off switch them out really easily. I do really, really like that double diamond stitching and what it did for the aesthetics of the bike. It just looks so much better and just more clean. More goes with the flow of the bike there than the stock seat did. First time I switched out my seat, the stock seat on this Road King, just when I got up to speed, I was just hanging on to the handlebars for dear life, so I was feeling I was going to fly right off. So I went ahead and got Harley's Super Reach seat, which again is another model that pushes you up a couple inches toward your controls. And it was a good seat. And then I saw this one from Lepera. I needed one that, of course, pushed me up a little bit. And I wanted to go with something a little bit more clean looking. And this one fit the bill perfectly. Took a little bit of a chance. And a seat like handlebars is one of those things, once you get it and put it on the bike, you can't really return it. So again, if you maybe see a bike at a bike night or have a buddy that has a seat that you're looking at, you can see if you can hop on their bike, see how it feels for you. And then maybe you'll save yourself making an expensive mistake there. But yeah, it just goes with the flow of the bike really good. That double diamond stitching looks really, really good. It really keeps me locked in there, so where I'm not sliding back when I roll on the throttle. Got a passenger area also, so looks pretty comfortable. If I were to get a lady friend here that likes going on some trips, wants to take some long trips with me, I might have to get a different seat that maybe has a passenger backrest and maybe a little bit more width there, so she could be nice and comfortable on those trips also. But yeah, it looks great. Not a bad seat at all. Like, I can stay in it for a couple hours fairly easily. So I'm really, really liking how it came out and how it looks overall with the handlebars and with the bike. So yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and think about closing out here, get ready to hit the road. Time of year where losing daylight by the bucket, so already getting to the point I should probably think about getting out of here. Yeah, I would say definitely don't let the fact that you're, a smaller rider deter you from getting that big touring bike if you really want to. There's lots of things you can do to make it fit you and make it comfortable for you. So I would say don't let that be an obstacle to you getting that big touring bike if you want to. And if you have, as long as you have a little bit of riding experience. Of course, I wouldn't advise anyone to get a big touring bike, a big 800-900 pound touring bike as their first bike. But once you get a little experience, don't let the fact that you're a little bit smaller rider deter you from going ahead and getting that bike if you want. And also, if you're a taller rider, I mean, the things you can do to make these things fit you, pretty much endless, with seats and different types of controls, all kinds of stuff. So yeah, either way, don't let that deter you from getting the bike you want. Get that big bike if you want to. Enjoy it, and be safe, happy riding.